Hey, y'all, listen. Happy Monday, people. Welcome in the building. It's Trending Topics Monday, and I'm here in the building. If you're in the building with me, don't forget, hit the like button. Listen, tonight's episode is called Mind Your Business. Mind Your Business. So, Jeezy is fighting his ex-manager, pretty much saying the same story that a lot of these celebrities, basketball players, football players, NFL, soccer, baseball players say, that the manager over their money stole their money. Now, let me tell you something about Diva. You know, I love talk shows all my life. I love them. And I used to watch them faithfully. And I never forget when Oprah said, and this is back in the day when people still physically wrote checks. And by the way, Diva still physically write checks. I know many people do not, but Diva does. So back in the day when people still physically wrote checks, Oprah said, write your own checks. And I sat up. Because you know what? Oprah was a big deal when I was growing up. It's a black woman that had a talk show that many people love. Then she got into Oprah's favorite things. So I loved all the talk shows. But I was really in love when I saw Oprah on the TV. Yes, I was. Because I was like, wow, somebody that looks like me literally has a show. Because usually a lot of times when you see the black people get something, they have a little more fairer skin. And I'm not trying to do no colorism here thing, y'all, but y'all understand what I'm saying. So when I saw Oprah, I said, wow, she did that. She got that. So I would listen. And she said, write your own checks. Because she had a few ex-celebrities up there, ex-NFL and basketball players that made millions during their career. Millions during their career and lost it all, either through bad management of their money or someone they trusted to oversee their money. And Oprah said, write your own checks. You have got to literally mind your business. When I heard that all of Wendy's money was in Wells Fargo, if you go back to my videos, the first thing I said is, why does she have all of her money in one bank? I got a savings account with one bank. I have 2 checking accounts. And it's not because I got all this money, but all of my eggs is not going to be in one basket, because if they come for one account, I got a couple few others I can do. Then I got an investment in another bank. And when you have a ton of money, don't go trusting these people that call you up. You better go to a known name. The JP Morgans, the Citibanks, all of them. There's banks that have wealth managers. And you will have less of a chance of losing your money, because if it's with one of those banks that has wealth managers, if one of the wealth managers at the JP Morgan screw you over, then JP Morgan's going to have to give you back your money. Yes, they are. So, and this is to all the single ladies out there. A lot of times when you get a contractor and they see it's just you and you're a lady, they're going to try to rip you off, stick it to you, screw you over. So when I get something done at my house, I'll always go to a major company. And I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, I get charged more money because it's a third party, like through a company. But the minute something goes wrong, I just got to dial a 1-800 number. I'm going to see if I can find pictures of what my kitchen looked like when I originally bought my townhouse. Now, they no longer in business. I don't think they have a brick and mortar store anymore. But Sears, at the time, Sears had a renovation department. And I went there and I had Sears renovate my kitchen. And everybody's like, oh, no, you could have got a contractor. They would have did it cheaper for you, this, that, and the other. But as soon as something goes wrong with the contractor, they can leave me high and dry. Then I'm going to have to find some more money and get another contractor. In my kitchen where my refrigerator is, the guy measured the cabinets over my refrigerator wrong. It wasn't my circus. I called the 1-800 number for Sears and said, what you gonna do? They had to reorder the right size cabinets. You gotta know how to move when you single. You gotta know how to move when you got a whole lot of money, and you can't be trusting just anybody. And anybody that comes to you and say you can give me $5, and by the end of the year you gonna have $5,000. You a fool if you believe that. Don't be falling for these scams. So now Jay-Z is fighting the ex-managers. He had them for 10 years. And listen, I'm saying this as respectfully as I can. It took you 10 years to realize they was robbing you. You wasn't minding your business. You were not. Mind your business, people. Look at your money. Respect your money. And know what's happening with your money. Whether you got $1 or $1 million, know what's happening with your money. Now, the next story on the docket is the Joy Reid show was canceled. What do I want to say? I want to say this. What we have to understand is, everybody likes that Kendrick Lamar song, They Not Like Us. What we have to remember is we're not like them. And we cannot get away with the things that others get away with. We simply just cannot. And my heart broke for her when I saw her tearful cry about the disappointment and the sadness, because now what's going on is you walk in the job today and they be like, it's over, bye, like, here go your box. They don't give you no warning. They don't give you 30 days. They don't say, we'll hold you out to the end of the season, the end of the year. They just like, we're done, bye, see you later. Your last show is right now. So I get the disappointment, because listen, to God be the glory. I've been here 54 years and I understand disappointment, and I've seen it in my own lifetime in real time. So a show is canceled. Had a tearful cry. We're going to talk about it. And I'll let you know my thoughts as we talk about it. But keep your head up, Joy. Because sometimes one door closed so you can walk through another one that's even better. So we'll talk about it. Then we're going to talk about Tony Buzbee, who many people beat me down. He's the GOAT. He will never back down. He's always going to win. Then come to find out, He was the one that was loud and proud and bold, doing press conferences, giving out a 1-800 number, saying he got about 120 clients against Diddy, and today we don't have 120. He said he had the minors. We're waiting for the minors, Tony. Where they at? Where they be? We're waiting. No minors. Don't have the 120 lawsuits. And on top of that, he doesn't even have the right to practice in NYC, in the Southern District of New York. But yet, that's where all his cases are being filed against Diddy. See, a lot of times, people cases get thrown out the court. It has nothing to do with innocence or guilt. It has everything to do with the right protocol didn't happen when you was trying to take this person down. You wanted to take the person down so bad. You was doing all type of foolery. How you two wrongs don't make a right? Two wrongs don't make a right. The person you trying to take down is wrong, so you do all kind of wrong and illegal stuff trying to take them down. Well, now you're both wrong. And now guess what? The person you was trying to take down, they're going to be at their house in Miami about to have another party. I'm going to say it nicely. You can't be sloppy, because sloppiness in the court, because they said reasonable doubt. If you have reasonable doubt, then you can't say the person is guilty. They didn't say you need hardcore. They said reasonable doubt. Because the juror in A$AP Rocky, she came out of the court running her mouth and said, we never thought it was no prop pow. We knew the pow was real, but there wasn't enough evidence. That's what the juror said. So don't come at Diva. Look it up. It's a female juror that came out and said we thought he was guilty, but we didn't have enough evidence. That's what the juror said. So don't send me no emails. Don't write me no notes. I'm telling you what the juror said. And I said, nobody don't know how to keep their mouth shut and just go home now. You said that man was not guilty. You was a part of the jury. Go home, sit down, shut up, and eat dinner with your family. But everybody want their 10 minutes of fame. Everybody want to be a star. She came out and said, we thought he was guilty. But back to this Tony Buzbee, who some people wanted to call the GOAT. But over here on the Diva Show, we called it from the day he did his press conference with his 1-800 number. But I told y'all from day one, from the day they raided the house and the charges took too long, I said they ain't got the evidence they want. And the people beat me down with 17 sticks. And then when Tony Buzbee came out and gave out a 1-800 number, I said, they don't have the evidence they want. 1-800 for, come on, B-side, bedside BK. If you are sitting on a mountain of hardcore evidence, you're not in the streets begging for nothing. You're not. And that's why Alex Sparrow, he came out with a press conference with the PowerPoint presentation because he had everything he needed. He didn't need to beg for no witness. He didn't need to beg for this. He didn't need to beg for that. He came right out with the PowerPoint and her story don't add up. Boom. And Tony was shaking in his boots. Shaking in his boots. And everybody know Tony good. No, Tony was not good. Tony is now being sued. He played a game and he won a prize. Now, I don't know if he's happy with his prize, but that's what he did. Mm-hmm. And Tasha said, regardless if Diddy gets out, he is done in Hollywood. I don't know if Diddy's going to get out, not get out, if the case is going to get thrown out or whatever. He may be done in Hollywood. But the thing is, if we want real justice, Diddy couldn't have done this alone. And it seems like it's funny to me that a lot of people, they don't even care. They like, oh, get Diddy, get Diddy. Diddy didn't do this alone. And if you want to clean up the streets, we need to get the street cleaner, and everybody needs to get cleaned up. Get everybody. Security guards, the housekeeper, the house manager. Come on, Julius, where's the enterprise? I want to speak to the Southern District of New York. Where is the enterprise? You're charging this man with RICO. Where's the enterprise? Where they at? And don't come to me with no Mama Combs. They said that house manager was a piece of work, allegedly. Bring the people in where they at, where they be, what y'all doing, where's the enterprise? You charge them with RICO, let's get it. Well, we got stuff to talk about, and I done talked enough tonight. It's trending topics, and y'all know what I need in the chat. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It is Monday night trending topics. We got stuff to talk about. The show is called Mind Your Business. Jeezy is fighting over his money. I guess because what's her name? What's the ex-wife name? Why I lost her name that quick? What is her darn name? Jeannie Mai. I guess Jeannie Mai tapped into that bank account, and then all of a sudden he's like, where my money be? Got Joy Reid show canceled and Tony Buzbee. Let me bring the people on in. Hey, Julius. Hey, Katrina.
Hey y'all. Hit the like
Felicia.
button.
Hey, Diva. Hey, Panel. Hey, Chat.
Choo. Hey, in my opinion. Well, let's go ahead and get into this, okay? We're going to get right into this. And let's start with Joy Reid, okay? Let's start with Joy Reid, a sister, you know, I think tonight was her last show on MSNBC, all right? So let's get into this. Hold on, I'm going to share a screen. So Joy Reid breaks down in tears in the midst to feeling rage over shock MSNBC firing as NBC Nightly News host Lester Holt announces he's stepping down from his gig after 10 years. So Joy Reid couldn't hold back her emotions and broke down in tears as she confessed feeling rage over MSNBC's decision to cancel her program, The Read Out, as part of the network's overhaul under hold on one second. Overhaul under the Trump's administration. Radar Online can reveal news of MSNBC Axon Reid show comes as longtime NBC nightly host Lester Holt announces he's stepping down from his post of 10 years. Reid, 56, broke her silence during a heartbreaking Zoom interview with the Win with Black Woman podcast. The news host described feeling a mix of anger and rage over the network's decision. She explained, I've been through every emotion, anger, rage, disappointment, hurt, guilt, you know, a feeling that I let my team lose their jobs. But in the end, where I'm really hard, where I really land is just gratitude, just pure gratitude and gratitude. Not because people would take the time, not just because people would take the time to get on a call like this or to take care of me, but also that my show had value. Let's listen really quickly.
They're all so many people, but I've been through every emotion from, you know, anger, rage, disappointment, hurt, you know, feeling that, you know, guilt, you know, that I let my team lose their jobs. But in the end, where I really land and where I've landed on today is just gratitude. just pure gratitude. And and gratitude, not just because people would take the time to get on a call like this, or to take care of me, but also that my show had value, and that I'm sorry, that that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And I say this is kind of like me on TV, so I apologize. And that it mattered. I see Karen is there, and she's been texting me as well. And so what I will just say is that in the end, thank you. Where I land is that the moment of guilt that I felt, that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby, or a mom or a dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted, and not just Black folks, or went hard for immigrants who've done nothing but come to this country like my parents did and try to make a life and defended them. Or whether we've talked about what the president is doing that is subversive to the Constitution, that is injurious to our liberty, defending books that people find inconvenient, that Nicole Hannah-Jones put into our spirit, that we need to understand 1619 as the real founding of this country, whether it's talking about any of these issues, and yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object to little babies being bombed. And where I come down on that is I'm not sorry. I am not sorry that I stood up for those things, because those things are of God.
As she was reflecting on the readout, Reid broke down as she declared she was not sorry for going hard on so many progressive topics, including Black Lives Matter, immigration, the war in Gaza, or the Trump administration. She said whether it's talking about any of these issues, and yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as American people have a right to object, to little babies being bombed. And where I come down on that is I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry that I stood up for those things, because those things are of God. The 56-year-old has hosted the Read Out, a nightly news program centered on politics, since 2020. She previously anchored the Read Report in AM Joy for the network. MSNBC announced weekend anchors Simone Sanders Townsend, Michelle A. Still, Alicia Mendez will take over Reid's 7 p.m. time slot. Network president Rebecca said MSNBC is still waiting to hear from Reid, adding, "We are waiting to get a response from Joy and her team about how she would like to handle that, and we want to defer to her on that. The hope is that we will have a final show with Joy," which they had tonight. Tonight was her final show. Julius, your thoughts?
So I'm gonna be honest. They've been coming for her. They've been coming for her. When she spoke truth to power about the people being weird, they started the plot to come for her then. She's always been to the point in the issues that she spoke about, either it be about Gaza, Black Lives Matter, or any other issue that she felt on her show that she had to speak about. She's not done. Now, this may be a temporary hit, but like Tasha in the chat says, well, when God closes one door, another one opens. But I'm a expand on it. When God closes one door, another door opens wider. And us as a society, we are phasing away from mainstream media. I used to be a mainstream media viewer, not anymore. I refuse. she is going to be good. You know, is she going through a grieving period right now? Absolutely. I could see her on Midas Touch or doing her own independent thing. The possibilities now that she doesn't have a network to hold her down are limitless. If people thought her voice went far already, it's about to go even more far. Because when you follow the path that God has for you, nobody can stop you.
Thank you, Julius. Katrina, your thoughts?
My thoughts are I do feel sorry for her, but she got better things coming her way. I know she was full of emotions, but I would have never let them see me cry. He got rid of this station. If they don't kiss the ring or do what he say do, they will be eliminated, or they'll lose they patrons. And she solely lost her show because of racism. All there is to it. That's the reason why she lost her show, because of racism. And like I said before, she's gonna come back. She's gonna come back stronger. She can do a YouTube. She can do just like I know you like first call people things out done limit. She can do that. She has plenty of opportunities. But the only thing, I know she's full of grief and full of humility, whatsoever. But I would never let them see me cry. I mean, I just wouldn't. I know she's full of emotions. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying, y'all. I'm just saying they would have never seen me cry. But I only wish good things for her. That's all I got, Diva.
Thank you. I appreciate you. In my opinion, your thoughts?
So this is one of those things where they trying to make um TV the way they want to see it with the policies and stuff that they want to see on TV. Listen here, Joy has been an amazing TV personality. She has held herself professionally well. I am not I am not surprised that this is happening, especially with somebody trying to censor our television stations and what comes out on our TV station. I definitely think she is gonna have a better chance at life after this. I think she needs to go ahead and hook up that podcast and go ahead and get on YouTube and all the rest of these channels. Okay, get on Apple Radio, Sirius Radio, and go ahead and launch her own career. Well, can't nobody stop her because her shine ain't gonna never stop.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Felicia, your thoughts?
Well, good evening, everybody. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I have a lot of thoughts about this. I believe I do because I come from a place where when you work for others, at least for me, I always knew at any moment, they could put you out. And they did put me out. Put me out, pushed me out, placed me out, threw me out. And to God the glory, I never cried. I would say, listen, I ain't got to stay all day, do I? And are you going to be contesting my unemployment? And what are my references going to look like? Because I understood that as a Black woman in the American workplace, I was never going to get my real value. I didn't invest in what they thought or how I did. I invested in what I was learning and what I believe I brought to the table. So if I go to work tomorrow and they say, well, girl, you out of here. All right, are you going to be contesting my unemployment and who I got to talk to about my 401k? Because that's my reality. I'm not saying that wasn't hers or the folks in the chat or the people on this panel. But I think you need to understand it should be that. That line, that understanding that we are all 2 weeks from public assistance has been around for a very long time. They can pull it out from under you at any time they want to. I don't care how good you are. You could be the best. Joy had the ratings. She had the education. She had the people. She had the ability to run and anchor her own show. But look what happened. They didn't even give her 72 hours notice. People talking about, well, you need to give 2 weeks notice. I said, oh, hell no. Right now is week to week, and maybe next week is day to day, because I don't have those kind of loyalties. They taught me early, don't be loyal like that. Don't believe the hype, because when it's time to let people go, they got no problem putting people out on the street. They really don't. And it's not about, oh, I got a good review. They don't give a damn about no review.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I got certified and this, and that. It don't matter. I've been here for 15
talk to the
years.
people, Felicia. You are preaching tonight.
Woo! Come on now.
Well, I've been here for 15 years and I got seniority. And they'll tell you, you and that dirty ass sweater, it got to go today. Okay? So they will put you out. But you know who don't put you out?
Oh, come on, talk.
Our God in heaven don't put you out.
There it is.
He will not fail you because he cannot fail you. He never will. So I stand with Katrina on this. She was supposed to hold those tears. She was supposed to be grateful from the beginning.
Come on now.
From the beginning, every day that you went in and did what you love, you be grateful and understand that this isn't the only place you can do it. When they would say to me, well, it's time for you to go, I would go to a different place. You know what I would say? Well, I'm going to go to the plantation across the street. Let's see what they got. Because I understand who I am, who my people are, what we had to endure. And it ain't never going to be easy. So we're now back. I understand we're back in 1865, coming out of post-Reconstruction. So if you don't know it, look at Joy. Went to Harvard, heavily educated, always polite, great colleagues, wonderful friends. They didn't like what she was saying. They didn't appreciate it. She didn't do what Joe and Mika did when they went down there to go visit Donnie J to kiss the ring so they could stay on the air. She didn't do it. So she should have known, maybe, hey, Joy, they're going to come. And you be ready and you be prayed up. And if you don't have it all in, you go to the prayer warriors. Ask them to pray for you, to stand with you. I've been at jobs when they decide, oh, we're not making that kind of money. We got to let people go. They start calling people, tell you to come down to the conference room, come down to the HR. I used to say to my coworkers, take your bag with you and take God with you too. Don't lose your dignity behind this paycheck. You'll go find a job someplace else and you'll make more money. So I don't want anybody in this chat or anybody in this panel to feel that, oh, I feel sorry for her. No, she did well. And I want her to celebrate all of her successes. And she will go on and do even better things. I'm done.
I appreciate you. You spoke, Felicia. Wayne, your thoughts?
Well, I second that. But, you know, it wouldn't have mattered. They were going to get rid of her anyway, along with, I think, many more to come. And my mom used to say it's a poor rat that got one hole to crawl into. So I hope a lot of these female anchors on different stations, because it's coming. And I think it's due to the administration. I mean, Joy ain't done nothing wrong, but she got skills. I mean, she can bounce back. I can see her and Don Lemon talking now. Come on over here. You can do this. Look at this. Look what I'm making. So I think she'll be fine. That's it.
Thank you. Savannah, your thoughts?
I am wholeheartedly going to agree with my neighbor here, Felicia. I could not have said it better. You know, it is, we go to these newscasters to find out truths and not opinions. on what is really going on out there in our, not only our government but our communities, and it's hard for them to be biased, although that is your job. And I can remember growing up sitting in front of the likes of Cronkite and Barbara Walters when she was on ABC and all those greats, and we just don't have that anymore. And there's such a disadvantage that the American public gets with these news, so-called news information stations that just do nothing but spew bad information by people who don't even have a journalism degree. And when you have someone that is as highly educated as Joy, who would not bend the knee, as a lot of them are saying now, um, I see. I I, I agree with Julius that they have been coming after her for quite some time now. Um, I know that because I'm in a devoted viewer of MSNBC News. I started my mornings every day with Joe and Mika. And once they did take the trip down south, their viewership dropped by almost 40%. And all their shows were in jeopardy of being canceled or reorganized in a fashion like it, to include Rachel Maddow. I thought Rachel would be gone before Joy, because Rachel was really pursuing this administration. But I agree with Wayne. I think there's bigger things for her out there. I could see her having her own podcast and being like April, asking the hard questions and not taking no for an answer. It's our democracy relies on these journalists' ability to report the news without the risk of retribution. And this current administration is so petty. It's just hard for them to, they're not even allowed into the press conference room to ask questions, but a blogger could get in there, and it it just means that they had to be 10 times as more diligent on onto the story and onto their commitment of bringing the truth to the public. So I watch Joy a few times a week because I loved her delivery, and I will continue to follow her wherever she goes because I just think this is going to be even. This isn't the end. Is if anything, it's the beginning for Joy and what's coming her way.
Yeah, thank you, Savannah. Leo, your thoughts?
I pretty much agree with everything everyone has said. I've been following Joy since she was a writer at the Griot. The Griot was a blog way back in the days, like the 90s. And so she's always been diligent. She's a great communicator of difficult policies, and she knew how to talk to the people, and she really knows how to break things down. And I do want to make everybody aware of Joy Reid already has a podcast, and that podcast is shown on YouTube, and her show is called Read This, Read That, and it's co-anchored with Jackie Reid. Y'all remember Jackie Reid from the Tom During the Morning Show?
Yeah.
Yes. So the name of the show is Read This, Read That. In
Okay.
the way that Joy spells her last name Reid, and the way that Jackie Reid spells her last name Reid, because they call themselves play cousins. So they decided, and they've been calling each other this for decades. So they decided to do a show together, and it's called Read This, Read That.
Well, thank you for that information, Leo. I appreciate you. Everybody go over there and support and subscribe. Read this, read that. It's cute. Okay. I went ahead and subscribed. But it says I don't know why. Do I have the right one? Because it says this channel doesn't have any content yet. Do I have the right one or no? You think no, Leo?
I don't know what are you on? Are you on YouTube?
I'm on YouTube. Let me
I
unsubscribe until we find out is that the right one. Because you know how
it's
people do crazy ones,
okay.
but this one
Okay, because
don't have any content yet. Maybe I pulled up the wrong one. I'll look
let
for
me pull it up
Click
right
on
quick.
click on videos because it said 22 videos.
it. Did okay, but then it said it
It's
has
the
no
video right up
content.
under there. Go
Yeah,
back.
click
Go
on
back.
it.
I see it's
Oh,
the
There
okay.
it
latest one.
is.
Yeah, there they are. That's
Okay, so I
them.
had the right one. Let me go ahead and subscribe. Everybody go over there, support and subscribe. Yeah, thank you for that information. I appreciate you. Support
No
this
problem.
read this, read that. That's cute, that name. I like it a lot. Where am I at? E, you're in the building. What's up?
So I well, first of all, it was so many people who spoke so well on this topic, and I came in a little bit late, and so everything that I heard from every single person, I just thought it was too real and too right. And I, I I just want to say this, and Savannah kind of touched on it. You know, the person in the White House, you know who he's suing all of these TV networks. I'm not sure if you touched on that, Diva. Did you touch on
No,
that
I did
already? Because
not. So talk to us. No, I did not.
oh,
Uh-huh.
okay, he is suing CBS for $10 billion. Okay, he got 15 million from ABC, and those producers over there are allegedly telling those women to tone down the criticism of Dump at the View. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
have a problem with that. With all of these federal employees who are being terminated from employment under the false guise of failing to perform, this is not the time that we should be telling our reporters and our anchors to tone it down. We need to be turning it up. This country suffers from extreme disinformation and misinformation. And we know that people are less than smart because they're consuming this information. And the statistics show 60% of people with only a high school diploma and below voted for this person. Meanwhile, over 60% of people with a bachelor's degree or higher did not. He said it openly, I love the poorly educated, and this is why. People who lack critical thinking skills vote for him. Now, when this news came out over the weekend, Joy's show would be canceled. Dump, he spewed vitriol and terror towards this woman on his social media. And for me, that was a dog whistle to all of his millions of maggots to troll Joy on social media. Did you read that, Diva?
Mm-mm.
His tweets that he sent out about her?
No.
I want to read one if I may.
Yeah,
Um,
sure.
he said he wrote, low life chairman, this is a direct quote, low life chairman of Comcast, Brian Roberts, the owner of Ratings Challenge NBC and MSDNC, had finally gotten the nerve up to fire one of the least talented people in television, the mentally obnoxious racist Joy Reid. Based on her ratings, which were virtually non existent, she should have been canned a long time ago, along with everyone else who works there. So I'll end quote. What I got from that, because that pissed me off this weekend. They don't want Black women speaking up because they know 92% of us are not easily manipulated as our Black male counterparts or our Latina or Latino counterparts. The 92% is not cowering down. And this is why it holds no weight when the first thing they attack is a Black woman's intelligence. They always do this. Dump said she was mentally obnoxious and least talented. It's all a lie. And this is bigger than Joy. They don't want Joy on the air because they do not want that 92% to turn into 100%. They do not want us teaching this common sense that we have to our children and demanding a political straightening up from our Black men. Our First Amendment right is being stripped away bit by bit each day, right in front of our eyes, and it's dangerous. The woman and her crew found out that the show was canceled via social media. That's how they found out. People have lost their jobs, their incomes, and now they have to scramble to figure out how to feed their families and keep a roof over their head. And last thing, Diva, Joy breaking down and crying and emphasizing that she feels gratitude. I, I, I was almost like on the verge of just breaking down. I felt her emotions were so palpable right there. And when she said that she was honored by the people calling her and checking on her, people of many backgrounds and causes and depths of oppression that have found refuge in her advocacy. They see value in her. That's a word she kept reiterating: gratitude and value. And as a Black woman who was bold, strong, and ferocious enough to speak up when others dare not put themselves in the line of fire, she was fearless. She said at the end of her speech, she regrets nothing because everything she did was in the light of God. God will continue to light her path. And truly, independent media, this is, I believe I came in on Julia saying this. Independent media is the way to go now because Joy has many more lives to touch and dreams to inspire. There are many Black women who can see themselves through Joy, and I know she will continue to fight and stay the course. Just like Kamala said at the NAACP Awards on Saturday, we will get to the other side. We will not depend on them to write our stories and print our books. We will tell our own stories. We will spread our own message, and the truth will not be forsaken. Black women will always win.
Whew.
I
Well,
know that's right.
come on
I
now.
think
Go ahead. Yeah. I
Diva, can I
appreciate.
say one more thing real quick?
Yes, you can.
I just want to say this. Let the crazy man do all his crazy stuff now, cause like scripture says that joy comes in the morning.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of y'all with your comments on this particular story. It runs deep, but the podcast name, I clicked out of it, slip my name right now, but go to the YouTube channel, support the podcast, and this too shall pass for her. I'm going to go ahead and move right into the next story. And we're going to talk about Jeezy. People, you got to manage your own money. Even if you have someone overseeing it for you, you still have to oversee the overseer. And you make sure all is well. Don't look up 10 years later and then your money is gone. That's just crazy. So Jeezy sues ex-managers, trusted you with my moolah, and things fell apart. So Jeezy is in the market for a new management team after completely losing trust in his old one. And now he's taking them to court. TMZ Hip Hop obtained legal docs filed by the mega rapper on Monday, accusing his longtime manager and business partner, Solomon and Eddie, of allegedly getting rich off of his hard-earned work. According to the docs, Jeezy and Forney's relationship dates back a full 10 years before they formed their company, Agency 99, in an effort to manage the showman's earnings as a recording artist. Bridgman's company, the Say Group, was brought in to oversee Agency's 99's financial affairs. But Jeezy claims he later learned Bridgman was not a licensed CPA. Not for nothing, shouldn't you have looked that up before you hired him? You got to do your due diligence, and then you got to have lawyers overlook your stuff. You got to be smarter with your finances and your money. In late 2024, Jeezy claims he got frustrated and began to take steps to serve the business relationship with Forney and Bridgman, but says they've been obstructing his efforts to see the books and the records. But you should have been looking at those books. Jeezy says without the records, he's stuck, unable to comply with Georgia law with respect to getting Agency 99 reinstated or wound down. So now he's taking them to court to force them to turn over all the books and the records. He's also looking for damages. He reached out to they reached out TMZ to all parties. No word back yet. People, you gotta look over your money. Julius, your thoughts?
I understand about having a financial advisor,
Mm-hmm.
but background checks are a thing. Either you hire an independent investigator with your lawyer. But isn't that what a lawyer is for? Say, I want a background check on this person or organization before you make a decision. Do that. Be smart with your money. Because if our dear Miss Felicia has taught us anything, it's economics, folks. Be mindful when it comes to your money. Know where it's going.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Katrina, your thoughts?
Um, what is the saying? A fool and his money. Okay, you being a fool for not checking on your money. You was out here paying fast and loose with these women and doing other things, and you tried to keep the money from Jenny Ma, and your manager took the money from you. I mean, it's funny how things turn back into a big circle. And yes, Jenny Ma had her own money whatsoever, and I get that. But you was doing all you could to keep her from getting what she was supposed to get. And at this point, somebody already was taking it from you. And there's no way you didn't look at your These people don't look at their bank accounts or anything anymore. I don't understand this. You're not looking at your bank accounts. You're not paying attention. Do you know how many people have went to prison because they have these people owe their money and they were supposed to be paying their bills and they didn't pay their taxes? You better ask Wesley Snipes, Ronald Isley. What's the other one? What's the lady name? I forgot her name, but you know who I'm talking about, the one that was seen on Sister Act 2. I forgot her name, but anyway, all these people lost their finances and stuff because they had somebody over it and they wasn't monitoring it. All of them end up in prison because they thought that their financial advisors was paying their tax bills. Look at Wendy. This woman was supposed to be paying her tax bill, and look how much money that she owe. And we know the circumstances with Wendy. But like you said, mind your business. You're not minding your business because if you were, you would have known that this person was taking money from you from day one or 1 year, 6 months or something. You wait 10 years and now you look back and see this person been taking money from you. You didn't see how far they had advanced. And you're not looking at, well, how this person got this much money whatsoever. Did it come from me or whatever? Like you said, you're not minding your money. And as I said before, you tried to keep it away from this person, but this person, somebody else got it from you, which is not legal. But who to say that they're not cooking up those books, that when you do get these books, they can say, well, this is what happened. This is what you paid for. This is what you paid for. You paid pow pow. You paid for this pow pow. You paid for that pow pow. You paid for that pow pow. We seen how many pow pows you had. So you paid for this. You paid for that. And he better hope he don't get caught up in a Selena incident where she found out this lady was taking her money and she tricked her to the hotel, and we know what happened with Selena. So just be careful, like you say, Diva. Mind your money. That's all I got.
Thank you. Wayne, your thoughts?
That's pretty much what I was going to say. That's one thing Oprah said. She said, you have to mind your business, mind your own business. And Oprah said she signs every check.
Mm-hmm.
No check, none of her money leaves her without her signature on it. You should not be putting your trust in somebody that they have the ability that they can just sign it without you being present or signing for you. That's crazy. You can't be too busy that you can't oversee your money. So this is just crazy. I mean, they found out. They found out. So I mean, I don't have too much sympathy for them. If you don't mind your own business, I can't.
Yeah. Thank you. Leo, your thoughts?
Right. I'm pretty much with that. He must be, I'm thinking about it. Jeezy must be having some money problems or something, or maybe a check bouncing. He figured out, I ain't looked in 10 years to see how much money I got. I might want to go check. I don't know. I don't know how you are a grown man making all this money and you don't check on your coins. I
Mm.
just and I also feel like Jeezy is wrapped up also in just like Faison Love. You know, he's wrapped up. He's doing something too. To me, sometimes he looked like he is in a like in a Molly Hayes or something. He acts that way. Something I think that he has been out of control for a while. And now he got to pay Jeannie Mai, he got to pay this new child support. You know, it's a lot of stuff now financially going on, and I don't know what he's bringing in money at. You know, I don't know what he's got going on. I think he got some real estate. I think he does have, but other than that, I'm not quite sure how he makes his money. But yeah, I don't feel sorry for him. He should know better. He should do better. If he just seems as though one of those people that try to make like he got something going on, and he ain't even looking up. He's not even looking in the bank and checking on his own money. I can't. I'm with Wayne. I can't.
Savannah, your thoughts?
I don't think that Jeezy's ever had any financial discipline to begin with. I think that too many of his family members probably depend on him financially. He probably takes care of some friends, and I think he's accustomed to living way beyond his means. Um, and now with all the divorce issues that he has with Jeannie Mai and the baby, I think his life isn't just in turmoil. I don't think it's not just financially. I think his mental health. I think his future opportunities. I don't know. I just think Jeezy needs to do a self-assessment and see where he's failing, because I think this is more than just financial issues. I don't think he's ever, because he has quite a few children, and if I recall correctly, he wasn't there for the first one or two kids. I don't know. I think there's more going on in this story than we're not getting, and he's just, whether it's 100,000 or a couple million, I don't think he's good with money. Period.
Thank you. In my opinion, your thoughts?
So I think Jeezy plays this dumb role, like he's dumb. He didn't just come into those millions, okay? He's been had them. And he knows enough to skirt around not paying child support for his daughter and his son, all while beating them. So he knows what to do. He just don't want to have to pay Jeannie. So if I say my accountant is stealing my money, maybe I can get this reduced until I can put her on the back end and not pay her at all neither. Because let's be clear, he ain't never been that good at paying on his debts. I call him a deadbeat, and that's what he's gonna stay. He's for the streets, and the only thing that he can afford is the liquor, the Mary Jane, and the powerhouse, and that's all he cares about. So we're gonna put him in the trash can where he belongs. Yes, amen.
Oh, well, there's it. Ooh, Felicia, your thoughts?
Amen. Opinion. Amen.
Okay.
You know, I know this. Jeezy's not being truthful. And I'm going to tell you why. Because, Ms. Diva, you had us for about 3 weeks talking about this marriage and their prenup. And according to Jeannie Mai, she said that her estranged husband at the time had not declared all of his finances in the prenup. So in order for you to put together a prenup before you get married, you got to go into your finances. You got to go into your accounting. You got to go into your income. You got to go into your assets. You got to know, both parties, what we're worth. So you're telling me that he said for 10 years he don't know where the money went. Well, how did he do an honest prenup? So I got to agree with opinion. He's trying not to pay this money because remember, he was fighting with Jenny Mai about it, and she ended up getting all that she asked for in the prenup, the child support, and he had to pay for the security in her West Coast home. Because he had those crazy nights where he was going around the house with those weapons and stuff. I don't know, doing security and all that other foolishness. So no, I don't think he's being totally truthful here. I agree with opinion. I believe that he's trying to figure out how to say he don't have the money that he does have because he is cheap. He doesn't want to take care of his family. He doesn't want to take care of his kids. And he thinks, and he has been very angry that Jenny Mai has won over him in this divorce settlement.
So you're trying to game the system, okay?
I believe so, and blame an agency 99 that's no longer existing. How convenient.
Oh, okay. He almost got me. Okay. E, your thoughts?
I believe them. I believe opinion and Felicia. I think she right. I think they're right.
He had me for a moment. E, your thoughts?
Well, I remember during the 2024 election, Jeezy refused to endorse Kamala Harris. And what he said in an interview was, at least if you vote for Donald, then you know what you're getting. If you vote for Donald, then at least you know what you're getting. So, Diva, I know you don't have me on here looking at this story with this black man who did not take care of his blackest kids and stiffed the first baby mama on child support. And now I'm supposed to look at the screen and feel sorry that his
The
quote-unquote
13.2.95.
Hello? I'm not going to look at this and feel some type of empathy that somebody ran off with all his coins. I know that's not what we're doing tonight. He didn't get the money to his own kids, the blackest kids, the first kids. And now the managers or whoever, quote unquote, may have stolen the money and hopefully they spent it on their own kids. I hope so. I don't give two McDonald's biscuits about Jeezy missing money or the state of his mental health. Let's move forward.
Well, then there's that. Tay, your thoughts?
Well, hello, everybody.
Hello.
I don't feel bad for him at all. I really don't. One, you are a deadbeat dad. Two, you ain't pay your child support check. And all this Gucci and all this car and all the house. Well, you should have paid your child support check, Jeezy. Then you won't have problem with this mess right here. You supposed to be a man. A man always take care of his kids. But no, you think you still in your 20s. It's like you still in the street and you gonna stay in the street. I weigh in my opinion on this right here. He gonna stay in the street and watch Diva. He gonna have another kid. I said probably this year right here. Watch Diva. That's all.
Thank you. All right. So yeah, Jeezy, he got me. He got me. And y'all clear that up. So we're gonna go ahead and move into the last story. You know, Tony Buzbee is Tony Buzbee. And he thought he was going to get himself a quick payday, and he ended up playing himself. They say you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. But let's go ahead and get into this Tony Buzbee story. So Tony Buzbee, attorney for SA suits against Diddy, hit with a roadblock. Tony Buzbee was hit with a roadblock. The Texas-based attorney who is representing more than 100 alleged victims in SA lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs was recently denied admission to practice in the Southern District of New York. Buzbee can still seek pro hoc vice admission. However, within the Southern District, this means he can be granted permission to practice on a case-by-case basis, but would need to attach the denial from the committee on grievances to every one of his requests moving forward. According to the Southern District order obtained by page 6, Buzbee allegedly appeared in cases in the Southern District of New York court without seeking admission. Buzbee took to social media over the weekend to address recent inquiries about whether he had been barred from practicing in the state of New York. The attorney shared a photo of his New York license via Instagram, writing in part, "Let me be clear. I'm licensed to practice in New York. I'm in good standing with the state bar and have always been. Although I prefer Texas, I'm proud of the legal work we're doing in New York, he continued. Don't believe the click and bake or dramatic headlines. Most of what's reported nowadays is pure bunk by those with an agenda. He got the nerve. Ain't that an oxymoron? The pot calling the kettle black. Notably, those who have passed the bar in New York must apply separately for admission to practice in the U.S. district courts in the Eastern and Southern districts. Buzby has yet to respond to page 6 request for a comment. In October 2024, the attorney announced during a press conference that he was representing 120 individuals, including 25 minors, in cases against Diddy. One of the lawsuits included an unnamed woman accusing Combs of R-ing her in 2000 when she was 13, and that was later amended to name Jay-Z as well. The Empire State of Mind rapper born Sean Carter vehemently denied this allegation in December 2024 and called it a heinous blackmail attempt. The Grammy winner filed to dismiss the lawsuit and accused Buzby of encouraging the woman to lie. When Buzby voluntarily dropped the legal action earlier this month, Jay-Z declared victory over the alleged frivolous, fictitious, and appalling claims. He went on to reference wife Beyonce and their 3 kids, Blue Ivy 13 and twin son Rumi 7, writing, "The trauma that my wife, my children, and loved ones and I have endured can never be dismissed." As for Combs, he's behind bars in Brooklyn after his September 2024 arrest for trafficking, prostitution, and racketeering charges. He has pleaded not guilty and has continuously denied any wrongdoing. Buzby got hung up. Julius, your thoughts?
Alex Sparrow, Big Papa, with your PowerPoint. The flea is out again. Where's the Enterprise? Where is the darn super Enterprise? I'm still waiting on the other Diva. What we waiting on? We still waiting on a whole bunch, huh? Let's go. Let's make. Where the children? Where the children that was affected? Where the children? Where's this person that said that they was affected? Alex Sparrow, the flea is out again. Big Papa, coming, swat him away with your PowerPoint. Go ahead. That's it. I'm done with. Bless this clown's heart.
Katrina, your thoughts?
David, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Can you put that first picture back up of Buzby?
Oh, I already clicked out of it.
Well, that's what his inmate number. He's standing in front of it. That's that gonna be his number when I'm supposed to give him his inmate suit, whatever that number was. That was he was standing in front of, because that's what he's sending himself to. He's sending himself to a jail cell with all these frivolous and these lies that he's trying to pull. And that number that he was standing in front of, that's gonna be his inmate number when he hit the big joint. That's all I got to even.
Thank you. Savannah, your thoughts? Savannah, are you there? All right, Felicia, your thoughts?
So, Diva, you were one of the first content creators to come out and call this man the fraud, the frivolous, fake, the liar, the abuser, the thief that he is. He has a lot of people that he has harmed and hurt on his own. We could talk about the woman that got that funny STD thing from him, the one that he broke out the tooth, the clients that he took the money from. Yeah. But I think what's going to happen here is that a lot of people are going to be greatly disappointed because of what Tony Buzbee has done. And some people believe that he does work for Mr. Combs. These cases are going to get dismissed. And it's unfortunate. I don't believe the 3,000 calls he got that all 3,000 people were telling stories or untruths. I don't. And I don't believe that all of the 120 people that came to him were telling untruths and created narratives. I don't believe any of that. But I do believe he was greedy, and this was a cash grab for him. And I also understand that these clients never signed their own affidavit saying that this is to them, that this is true what they have said. So they never had an agreement directly one-on-one with Mr. Buzby. So now he was in Manhattan today. He's down there all day, and he has to get this paperwork in order. He has to refile these suits. He has to get a firm that is already admitted to practice law in the Southern District of New York to take on all of these suits. And I don't know if they're going to do that. I don't know if these people want that responsibility. And it was like you said some time ago. Once they dismissed that case against Sean Carter, it was going to get dismissed against Sean Combs, and it was going to go against the credibility of Mr. Buzby. And so now these folks are hanging, in the gray area. And Mr. Buzby has a $20 million lawsuit that was filed against him by Mr. Carter out on the West Coast. And he's trying to save his law firm and his law career. So I really don't know what's going to happen here. But for those who will be deeply disappointed if Mr. Combs is these charges are dismissed and he's pardoned from his criminal charges, because let's be clear, there's still only one criminal lawsuit. I hope, and I know it's a big hope. I hope he goes to rehab and just stays off the street and just lives in his mansion and has private freak-off parties with all adults, all consenting adults.
All consenting adults. Yeah.
I'm
Thank you,
done.
Alicia. I'll just show real quick, then I'm gonna backtrack on my screen, shift it a little bit. I'll go to Leo, then I'm gonna come to Wayne, but hold on one second. Is this what I want to show? So he put up here to prove to the people, this is Buzbee's Instagram, that in January 17, 2019, he was licensed in the state of New York. And I already kind of read that statement to you. He said, I received many press inquiries and make no effort to respond to most. I prefer rather to make a one-time general statement and let the various entities use that statement as they see fit. Over the past week, I got multiple inquiries from friends and colleagues expressing concern and asking why I've been barred from practicing law in New York State and offering their assistance. I myself have seen several press agencies, some borderline legitimate, reporting that same trash. Let me be clear. I'm licensed to practice in New York. I'm in good standing with the state bar and always have been. Although I prefer Texas, I'm proud of the legal work we're doing in New York. Don't believe the clickbait or dramatic headlines. Most of what's reported nowadays is pure bunk by those with an agenda. Did he have an agenda when he gave out his 1-800 number?
Listen, I'm still waiting for Jane Doe, the plaintiff, to tell us how her polygraph came out that he swore to that she was ready to go take. He's full of it. He's not admitted into the Southern District of New York. He is not.
Leo, your thoughts?
I tell you what, this has really been a very interesting legal battle that Jay-Z has put on, because for all the things that he probably could get sued for, this one was the one that was totally untrue, and he making the people suffer, ain't he? I mean, he's taking a big alligator bite out of Tony Buzby. You might as well go ahead on and say it. His career is over. His credibility is shot. He can become some Las Vegas ambulance chaser doing car wrecks and stuff like that, but his stuff is going down the tubes. And Jay-Z started that. Jay-Z said, "I'm gonna show you on this one. I'm gonna beat you down so bad that when anybody start coming with the truth, they really gonna be scared." He has made an example out of Tony Buzby.
He did. He did. Wayne, your thoughts?
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know, Tony Buzbee underestimated Jay-Z. Now, can you imagine if he underestimated Jay-Z? Can you imagine all the other people he shook down?
Mm.
All the money he'd have made shaking people down. And this was going to be his cash cow. This was going to be the one. And he put it all on the line.
Mm.
He put it all on the line for a lie. He thought he was going after somebody with billions and knew that if they just threw him crumbs, a few millions, that would have been good. And he just opened up a Pandora's box. His life won't, well, I won't say his life, but his career won't be the same.
Mm.
He did all that talking. Now he's on the internet proving, trying to prove, oh no, I'm good here. I'm good. I can practice in New York. Want to show everything now. So he screwed up.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Wayne. I appreciate you. E, your thoughts?
Well, I how can I cannot get up here and defend deplorable men who have been enemies to black women and enemies of the black community. I will never defend Diddy or Jay-Z for anything they have been accused of. And if you ask me, a lot of things they have done, the evil things they have done, even if we don't know about it, we know that it's something sinister that have happened. Now, as far as this Jay-Z fighting back thing, I understand why. I understand the motive because it didn't just hit him; it hit Blue Ivy. Um, the suit came out the day before Mufasa, and that was supposed to be major for her. And Beyonce is still feeling the effects of Buzby and who's this person? The lady who went on the man show and told the world that they were STing people because Beyonce was just at 313 million followers last week and it just dropped down to 312. So the people are still believing this mess. People are still, what's the word? Questioning the if Blue Ivy is really Beyonce's daughter, and all of these conspiracy theories have come up. So I understand fighting until the end, and listen, God sits high and God looks low, and the right thing will come in the end. But I don't have a dog in this fight. Let him have it.
Tay, your thoughts?
Well, Tory Buster, you made that enemy of JC right there, and now you go be in the bed and you gonna lie on it too, because this ain't nobody's fault but yourself right there, because all you do is yap 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 yap, and then you just be greedy right there. That's all, Diva.
Thank you, Tay. I appreciate you. Listen, guys, we had some topics tonight. Jeezy put the bamboozle over my eyes, but y'all cleared it up, okay? Joy, she's gonna be all right. And Tony, all I can say is woo, woo, woo. In my opinion, I'm closing out. Did you want to say anything before I close out?
Yes, Tony Busby is the epitome of F around and you're gonna find out. Okay. He effed around and he found out. Now let's see what you're gonna be practicing now. You might have to go to the preschools, okay? You're gonna have to go to the preschools and try to get the people that's being bullied at the schoolhouse because ain't nobody gonna want to deal with you. But that's all.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Listen, y'all know the routine. If you didn't hit that like button on the way in, hit it on the way out. Good night and goodbye, everybody.
Do not cheat the diva or try to choo choo and pee pee. Thank you.
Thank you.